I'm at one of my favorite spots in Uwharrie National Forest. It's one of those spots that I stop at early if I get there really late or it's really hot or something. I came in at first and saw this initial spot kind of trashed. Yeah, if you're coming out camping and you got to bring some plastic spoons with you, I don't know, I don't think you should be out camping. And then I guess you're trying to burn some wrappers too. Like, that's not cool. Not cool. But in contrast, if you go up here a little bit, I was stumbling across this little, the secondary spot. Sometimes campgrounds or campsites have a couple fire rings, and part of it's rangers, part of it's like Boy Scouts, and part of it's just people that come through and see a good spot to set up a fire ring and find some rocks and maybe do a little work. And then you get things like this, which is professional. Yeah, I'm gonna set up camp here tonight for sure. This kind of has it all. Looks like you could have been smoking something like fish, on this thing. And then the fire is set up like they were obviously trying to get it going again, right? They put down some coals right here. That's why you got the small stuff kind of set up. So I'm gonna reorganize that a little bit. Got a little wood left. I brought my shears. So I'm gonna snip up some of this wood. And because I'm still pretty close to the trail, setting up a fire is good just to show that I'm at this campsite. Then and it helps with like bugs and stuff too. Yeah, whoever came over here, like whoever's been working this spot, just forgot a hatchet or something. Which this is a good tree to get from for sure. Oh jeez. Yeah. I don't have a saw yet, but I can chop up some of the smaller stuff. And yeah, like plenty of places to hammock around here. I'm either gonna wait on that or just put that like right between these two. Which should be pretty cool next to the fire. Something cool about this spot is that it's right along a little stream. There's a few little streams that go through the National Forest here. They all feed into like the Yadkin River, I think that's nearby. But there's a little stream here, and I usually am okay with drinking from it. The thing about water out here is like as long as it's flowing, you don't really have to worry about too much influence from like farms, like pesticides and like vehicles and oils and all that kind of stuff. But you also don't want like stagnant water. So when you get pools that maybe build up along the edge, and kind of catch some things, and you don't really want that. But like somewhere right in here, I'd get just because everything's kind of heavy stuff settling, and like I don't even see anything floating in it. Yeah, but there's a really great spot. If I keep going for another maybe 20 minutes or so, that's along a deep part of the deeper creek, a deeper stream, I guess. And there's this bridge that I'll go past, and kind of like I'm doing here, where there's a secondary campsite. If you keep going, like go past the obvious one and then to the secondary one. Yeah, so I only saw one car in the parking lot of this trailhead, and I assume they went this way. Usually that's what that trailhead's for, but I haven't seen anybody yet. And this is the first like main camp spot, so so yeah, at this point in the day, sun's starting to set, a few clouds in the sky, you know. That's where I lean more towards, you know, setting up camp and not trying to bet that, like, if I keep going and get to that other spot that I want, and, you know, I'm kind of betting that there's nobody there. Yes, this is a lot different than those lake camp spots, where I was kind of setting things up. I don't want to make anything new. Like, I don't want to reinvent the wheel out here. Got plenty of space. Very nicely done. Fire ring. Collected wood, and with the same philosophy. Even though this is already set up, maybe I don't need a fire just by using it. You know, if people are coming through here again, they see a well-used fire pit, then, you know, they're more likely to come back. Maybe be inspired to preserve more places like this, you know.